Elect Donald Trump took a victory lap at his Mar-a-Lago briefing today. It was over a defamation case that could shape how media covers his administration for the next 4 years. TV network ABC has agreed to pay $15 million to settle a lawsuit filed against them by Trump earlier this year. The suit was triggered by an interview where anchor George Stephanopoulos said on air that Trump was found civilly liable for raping writer E. Jean Carroll. Reaction to the settlement has been mixed, but earlier today, Trump affirmed his stance on the need to hold American media accountable.
And I feel I have to do this. I shouldn't really be the one to do it. It should have been the Justice Department or somebody else, but I have to do it. It costs a lot of money to do it, but we have to straighten out the press. Our press is very corrupt, almost as corrupt as our elections.
So let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Kalev Rhodes to this conversation. Kalev, some would argue that ABC could have won this if it had gone to trial. So why did they settle? Why did they settle for that amount if that would be the case?
Most legal experts would say that and agree with that statement, but sometimes you get in this position where the cost of going to trial, they were set on Friday to go have depositions, and so that cost can continue to add up. Anyone that comes to my office and I talk about litigation, I say litigation is expensive. Those costs can be unknown. You don't know how long it will take for you to start depositions, interrogatories, for us to actually get through that discovery process before you actually get to trial. So that goes into your thought process when you're talking about making a determination to settle, even sometimes if it's a winnable case. You got to look at this case quickly. We got here in 2019. She filed a defamation claim against him. She also filed a claim against him in 2022, and she filed the sexual assault claim against him. That was all bundled together. Tucked within that case, Trump countersued her for defamation. The court tossed out his defamation claim. If you read what the court said, they said Mr. Trump's case is tossed out because the fact that Mr. Trump, and they put in quotes, raped her, albeit digitally, was the case. And so here, a U.S. District Court judge for the Southern District of New York said that he did rape her. It's just the technicality under the penal code as to why and how, as opposed to digitally as in other manners. So Stephanopoulos had a defendable argument. His statement that he made was defendable clearly in court because the standard for a public figure is way higher than it would be for a normal person, which is actual malice. Actual malice couldn't have been proved this case because there's a judge multiple times that said that a jury of her peers found that he did.
Well, you heard the president-elect say right there that he's going after media. He's going after CBS for a 60 Minutes interview, other media outlets. What can we take from this? What do you think how do you think it's going to, go?
I think that he makes those type of statements because that is the temperament and the pulse of society, and he's always tapped into that. And so most of those comments are more political than legally driven. He talked about the Department of Justice being the institution that should have come after someone like this, and I would disagree. Our standard of law is that if you feel like you are wronged, you have an opportunity to sue. And most of the time, the courts would say that you will bring your own claim and you'd pay for that, unless someone has done something against you criminally, which is different. Then the prosecutor will go out and prosecute them on your behalf. But if you believe someone's done something to you civilly and they believe that your recourse is typically financially, you have to front that cost, pay for your own attorney, and then prove in court that I have wronged you in some civil capacity.
It's definitely a jab at the DOJ, though.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, and do you think real quick, because we don't have much time, but do you foresee that if he does go after other media, that we're going to have more court cases while he's trying to run the country here?
It possibly could, but you would see, back to your first question, people kind of jockeying and position themselves to get out of his crosshairs. Washington Post is already trying to figure out how they can assist with the transition. You've seen other agencies doing that as well. So to your original question, why does ABC settle? Because they recognize that there is an attack on media already. And if you have the person that is the highest held office in our country saying that, we just try to find a way to get out of the crosshairs. So yes, I do think there will be a mountain of lawsuits like this, because if you have him empowering other people to bring these type of claims, why not go ahead and file a claim? But I think in this case, this was a losing effort for his claim.
It's definitely going to be unprecedented, that's for sure. All right, Kalev, thanks so much for your insight there, as always.